Hello everyone. Your final research essay is coming up, and I just wanted to go over a couple of elements with you. First, I'm going to show you the OWL at Purdue, which is in our Unit 1, and I want to click on it and show you how to use it for doing your works cited page, which is MLA format based. When you go into the OWL at Purdue, they have many topics that you can peruse at your leisure for grammar and word choice and all those things I've been nagging you about. But important for this particular project is the research and citation section. So this is what the main page looks like. When you scroll down, you go to research and citation, and you go to MLA style. Now you're going to have the 6 sources for this paper, so if you have to put all 6 of those on your works cited page, you're going to want to go to the style guide, the formatting and style guide, and you're going to check and follow the steps for each of the different kinds of sources that you have. You are going to have a couple of periodicals from the Academic Search Complete site, the database that you can find on our website at Crofton Hills College. And then you're going to have electronic sources in the form of websites. You're going to have two of these and 2 of these. And then you're going to have a film source, and you're going to use the film citation, which is in the basics in the style guide. When you click on, so we'll look at the film source first. In the basics section, you click on right here. You just have to scroll down and look at the general guidelines for sources. And you're going to look for your particular type of source. Now, author screams, hey, that's a book they're talking about. So you don't have an author in a film. So you want to keep scrolling down until you find your particular source. In this case, again, it's a film. So we're not citing the Bible, we're going to keep going, and we're going to look for film. Now, miscellaneous non-print sources. It makes me say, non-print source, that would be something we're viewing. So in here you'll find an example of a film, and in this case it's called Fitzcarraldo, and that you have to list who the director is. As you see here, DIR stands for director. So you use last name, comma, first name, the abbreviation DIR period, and then in italics you put the name of the film. In our case, it would be The Motorcycle Diaries. In italics, you would put Salis, comma, Walter, comma, DIR for director. PERF means performers, and you would put most likely the actor who played Che Guevara and perhaps Granado, so you'd put that actor's name and the other actor's name, so the word and, so you have 2 names. And you notice they don't go last name, first name like they do in the beginning of the citation. So you're going to put the actor's first and last name in a regular style. So it's it's Gael Garcia. And then you're going to put the production company, and then you're going to put the year. And I believe the film was 2004. Double check that. And then we have other electronic sources. We have our websites, but you can follow my 6 steps for a website on my handout if you would rather use that, because it's very no-brainer. It's a very particular way to do it, and I would be more than happy for you to use my 6 steps instead of thumbing through here trying to find the way to do websites. You should do all the websites exactly as I specified in the 6 steps. The other source is periodicals. The other type of source you're going to use is periodicals, and you're going to be limited to, in the database, Academic Search Complete. They have magazines, they have newspapers, and they have journals, scholarly journals. And you keep scrolling until they find it. There it is. And you're going to do the very particular steps that it has in this exact way with the periods exactly as you see them. So you have again, the author with the last name and the first name. Many scholarly journal articles have several authors, so you may get to the point where you're listing 3 names. If you have more than 3 names, you're going to use the étal function, which means and everyone else. It's French for and everyone else. I'm going to scroll down and see if they discuss étal. They probably do it in the basics, which is a little annoying. You have to go back there, but it's not just clicking, so it's not the worst thing you've ever had to do. But in the basics, it'll explain what to do if you have multiple authors, which you often do with scholarly journal articles. So I'll go down and see if I can find that for you quickly so that you don't wonder what I'm talking about when I say étal. And here we have multiple authors. We have 2 authors. You actually just list their names. And here is a source with 3 or more authors. You use the name of the author and étal. Now this is a reference in your actual paper when you refer to them. You can do that in parentheses, as you see here. Their last name plus the words étal. Here's the citation for your works cited page. So this is when you discuss them in your paper, and this is for the works cited page. Okay, so you use last name, first name, and then comma, étal, and then period. And that means everyone else, 20 other names, and you don't have to list all those names. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I think I'm going to go back to our class and discuss the assignment, because I've already spent 7 minutes on MLA citations, which you probably know a lot about from the 101 class or previous classes. So I want to talk about the 6 sources you need. The film is one, so we're using the Motorcycle Diaries. Then you have the article that you read for the discussion board assignment, the argument handout analysis. When we click on slide 2.6, it's this article here, and you click on it, and you remember reading it for the assignment, so here it is again, and you will use quotes from this particular article, and you will use this author's last name, Daniels, and you will put that on your works cited page, and you will refer to it in your essay. You can refer to the author's name in your text, or you can just put his name in parentheses. Since it's a website, there's no page numbers. You will use the 6 steps for a website to build this particular citation for your works cited page. So here's the author's name. Here's the title that goes in quotation marks. You want to capitalize each of these letters according to MLA's format. They already have them capitalized, so that's good. Just put this in quotation marks. The name of the site, the whole site, this is the name of the article. This is the name of the entire site, HuffPost. Okay? And then you follow the steps. There's, you need to know the date. Sometimes it's up here, and sometimes it's at the very bottom of the article in the copyright date. So I'll scroll down here. I know you're going to tell me you're getting dizzy from this, but we've got to do what we got to do. Here's the copyright date here. Okay, so that's a second source. We have the film in this article. Then when we go to our Unit 8 module, and we go scrolling again, close your eyes if you don't want to get dizzy. We're going to go to Unit 8, and I've got some websites here that you can choose from to use in your article. I would not use the opinion of Che. We're not spending too much time on Che. We're using the film to think of a cumulative experience that you've had in this class about this subject of helping others. And so there's some arguments on refugees. These are much more useful for you. So choose some of these instead of this one here. I'm going to just lock it out of you guys. So, no, it's not. I'm trying to help you get the best out of your sources, so don't worry about it. Now, you're seeing some old articles from former classes, so none of these are visible on your page. So these are the articles that you will from the websites that you can use. You can also find your own wonderful websites. Just be sure to look for credibility. And I put this link in the other section, but I put the evaluating never mind. Don't listen to me. Evaluating a website is here. I'm going to, after I stop this video, I'm going to move this or repeat this in Unit 8. So right now you'll see it in Unit 1. It's evaluating internet sources, and it just gives you some things to look for to make sure that you don't pick a terrible website that is not credible. So here's some information about evaluating sources. You have to look for quality, reliability, be skeptical about the website, don't fall for fake news, evaluate the website. Are they putting ads on it? That's a telltale sign that they are not for academic information. Here these are actual advertisements on this particular page, but it doesn't take away the credibility of the information that they're using for once. But it's one of the signs you look for is that, yes, they're making money off this. So is it one of this signs that it's not credible? Now, in this case, it is credible. So it doesn't always, it's not just a foolproof method. As an ad, it's not credible. That's not true. But it is something to look for. So this is information about evaluating your websites. If you choose not to use ones that I put on there for you. Finally, I'm getting into 12 minutes here, so I try to keep these short, but I'm trying to make sure you got all the information. Finally, you need to go to Crafton Hills College, and that is where you're going to get your 2 articles. So I'm going to go there and just show you where to go. So current students, library, databases, and you have an interdisciplinary section. Interdisciplinary means many multiple disciplines. You don't have to worry about picking a particular type of source. You're going to just get all the information. Now I already have the password and the ID in my computer. It's Crafton, and guess what? Password Crafton, lowercase. So super easy. I'm going to log in because I have to do that from home. And I'm going to do some searches here for using keywords. So I'm just going to type in refugees in the United States. I can click on that one. It looks like a popular one. And I'm going to come up with a search for 4,000, nearly 5,000 sources. So I'm going to do myself a favor, since I do not accept partial articles. You're just going to go over here in the corner, click on full text. And that's going to get us, cut it in half to about 2,500. I still don't want to go through all those, so maybe I will limit it to scholarly journals, because those are wonderful academic resources that if you're in college, you really need to start using and reading those and using those as sources. So now I only have 763 to go through. And I just start reading them. I just start looking. I'm thinking, I don't think I need to worry about 1956 Hungarian refugees. I'm going to skip that one. Human rights approach to refugees. Am I on the side of helping? Then maybe I need to look at this one. Germany was sort of looked at as the example of how countries can help others without worrying too much about what happens to us if we let these people in. That was, people were really getting upset about that as a topic. So that's one side. The other side is we really can't afford to help them, whatever other research you're reading. So just go through and see if you can also use some of these as your counter argument. If you're 100% against helping refugees, you can think to yourself, maybe I need to read this, and think about including a counter argument. Then I got to refute it. So you better have some good information to go against the side that you're counter arguing. Okay? So we're almost at 15 minutes. I'm just going to cut it off. I'm not going to say another word. I'm just going to let you get back to your research. Okay? Good luck.